Here we go. Welcome to Disco Elysium Let's Play, Episode 13. Spent a fair bit of time, pretty much all last episode was the junkie speed freak kids and the church. It's pretty much what we spent the whole time dealing with, so it's getting late. It's already 7 p.m. in game. We're going to go back to the church. We're going to talk to the programmer. Then I think we'll head back into town, like the main city, and maybe we'll go into that abandoned building that's attached to the bookstore. I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
She replies, her expression unchanged. Hold on. You don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
See if we can increase our suggestion. We might actually want to put a point into that, but let's see if we can increase suggestion. Okay, so we actually have something that's decreasing our suggestion. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll see if there's anything that can actually increase it. That's a +1. Alright, let's get rid of whatever's reducing our suggestion. The hat. Okay, let's put something else on in that case. What kind of hats do we have? I think we just have this one. That's it. Let's put that on. Look pretty good. I don't think we need... We'll hold on to the flashlight. It's all good. I think this was a white check, so we should be good.
Yes, what is it?
Hey Dylan, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Harry is a samurai? Oh, with that hat that I have? Yeah, I had some Asian-inspired clothing. Now I'm dressed up, I'm looking more like a English police officer or something. It's a white check, so yeah, let's try this. We'll probably get it. If we don't, we can put a point into our suggestion.
Hey, what makes the world go round?
Wow. Got snake eyes. That's no good. You know what? I'm not going to say anything.
She stares at the terminal, completely oblivious to her surroundings. Maybe if you were to find out more about her previous company, Fortress Accident, you'd have something new to say.
Interesting. Interesting. You know what? Let's first go back to the other building. And hopefully we'll get some information, then we can come back and we don't actually even have to spend one of our upgrade skill points. I haven't done fast travel. I wonder, let's see if we can figure out the fast travel. So I know I unlocked it last time, or maybe 2 episodes ago, but I haven't used it yet. Oh, there we go. Cool. Travel here. Nice. Yeah, let's travel there. We'll go to the bookstore. We'll try to get some information, and then we'll come back and talk to her, and hopefully that information will allow us to try again. Kind of sucks that we lost our 83% chance dice roll, but it is what it is. That was a good stream you had this afternoon, Dylan. I enjoyed that. Enjoyed the discussion. I had to go before the end and chat with, well, Skype with my mom. I always make myself dinner and Skype with my mom, so I missed the end of it, but I think I was only like 10 minutes of the end that I missed. It was good. It was fun. I liked it. No, there isn't. No, it's literally just it's a roll of the dice. Like, you have that percentage, right? And that's based off of your statistics. Like my conceptualization is high, so that increases my chances. Then my clothing, it increases and decreases my bonuses for each of those stats. And whenever you go into those dice roll decisions, it always tells you which one of your characteristics it's going to be going off of, if that makes sense.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
You know what? Let's try it again. See? This one is physical instrument. It says physical instrument 3. So that's my current stat for physical instrument. Apparently this is really heavy, so you don't really have much of a chance to do it. But I can put on, like, I think I have a wife beater shirt that increases my, yeah, this increases my physical instrument, so I can put that on. I think that's the only one that increases physical instrument, as far as I can recall. We'll just have a quick look through all of them, just in case. Yeah, this one's a -2 for the tie, so we definitely don't want to put on the tie. And then I go through these and see if there's anything that's maybe canceling something out. So I'm probably not going to have a very good chance of lifting this. I'll probably get injured by trying to lift it, but we'll still try.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
What's up with these keys? Keys to room, keys to apartment building. That seems like something got messed up. Let's see if we can back out and get rid of that. Where did those keys come up? That's really odd. Maybe... Oh, this. I highlighted this, I think. There we go. Get those keys out of there. Hey, Michael McSaucy, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here, man.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
So we have to roll a high number to be able to lift this. We've got a lot of stuff to heal ourselves for our health, so I'm not too concerned. Let's do this. Let's give it a try. Oh, we failed. We're gonna get hurt.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
F you, stupid barbell.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either.
Oh, I got a morale damage from saying that. That's funny. The lieutenant is obviously handling you.
At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
The lieutenant steps away from the barbell, letting you recover in peace. Alright. I wonder what happens if I can actually lift it, if it actually, like, makes me stronger. Yeah, so this thing. We now know the passcode.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Alright, let's press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good evening. First accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Let's try the password for the production schedule.
Good. Please repeat the password.
After life, death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, that is all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears, along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Let's press print.
With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Let's read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about the workforce, who worked there, how long.
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations.
Cool.
But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by pyrrolidon. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Yeah, that's a pretty big team. 18 people? Wait, why did a radio game need so many artists?
It didn't.
It didn't need so many concept artists?
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules.
Interesting. I almost feel like this is a critique on game development and how a lot of game studios overwork their staff.
One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Right, what happened?
It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination.
Well, it's a pretty big gap. That's a $3.6 million gap.
They couldn't.
Oh, so they were done in by their own ambition.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Suliswaf Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
That sounds very ambitious. This is some insane crap. Who were these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
I believe so. My understanding with this game, Dylan, so if you notice, sometimes different aspects of my personality will chime in and will observe things. And that's also done with a dice roll in the background that we don't see. And if one of those things chimes in and notices something, it then opens a door for me to approach a situation in a certain way. So the way that I'm building my character is opening up different paths for me, than, let's say, if you were playing the game and put your strengths into different areas. How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
That's pretty bad. So that's what did them in?
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
It really is. This is a very groundbreaking game. And I feel like what they've done in this game could be applied to many other games, not necessarily just story-driven RPGs like what this one is. I feel like it could be applied to many other games. Kind of like, so we were talking about, very briefly, about Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War in your stream. Those games have the Nemesis System, which I'm sure you're familiar of because you're on top of video games and what's happening. I feel like the Nemesis System is absolutely brilliant in the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games. And like I really wish that it would be implemented into more games, but I don't know why they don't. I'm sure there's some kind of copyright stuff, but I'm also sure that you can, go about it in a way where it's not going to be exactly the same, where it's just kind of playing off of that concept. This must be the anomaly Suna mentioned in the church log. Hey Robert, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the World Untethered project was being compiled that day.
I didn't understand a word of that.
Something spooky happened with the machines, and the game was lost.
Okay. Thank you for saying that in a more understandable way.
The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
Damn.
It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch.
Damn.
I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement, in the ice bear refrigerator, near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
Seems like a perfectly reasonable explanation.
That's not what her colleagues thought.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, to sum up, the Nemesis system simply is it's a randomly generated grid with a hierarchy, and each interaction that you have with an enemy in the game, it remembers your interaction with them. And as a result, every time you re-encounter a specific enemy, you'll have almost like your own side story that goes along with that particular character. I hope that makes sense. Hey Kamame, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. I really, really highly recommend Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War was good too. I enjoyed Shadow of War, but I felt like Shadow of War, and it was kind of like the main complaint about the game, where the end game just became a grind, and I kind of got bored of it, especially since I heard about how big the grind was, where I was just like, damn, maybe if I hadn't heard how big the grind was, I might have kept grinding if I didn't know what to expect. But when I had heard how big it was, I was just like, yeah, that's more time than I want to invest into the game. But I did enjoy both. Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it.
Cool, I'm glad to hear that, Dylan. Yes, this is a Kino squad. We've got an awesome group of people here. They're named, but I love the community that I'm building and that we're building.
Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye.
Is that the church?
Saint-Brun 1147. That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that final person, this unknown author, is actually Suna. Read about capital. I want to know about money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident, SCA, managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished.
That's actually not bad, considering they were expecting it to potentially cost 4 million. But still, they should have known that the 400 wasn't going to be enough. Sorry, I'm just taking care of the bot. All right.
400,000 real. You're my yo. These guys knew how to party.
Gosh, where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Cool. Tear off the printout and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Let's remove the production schedule. Let's take it with us. Maybe we can show it to Suna.
The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
All right, let's leave. Oh, I can talk to Dude.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's obvious. This is what remains of Suna's radio game studio, Fortress Accident.
Yes, I got that. What I meant was, what were they trying to achieve with this damn game? What were their ambitions? Because this here looks rather advanced.
This wasn't your grandma's game studio. This is something else.
You're right. This isn't just a pen and paper role-playing game. They were trying to make it on radio computers.
Precisely. It's absolutely mad. An automated role-playing game.
Wow, this is breaking the fourth wall. Because they're kind of talking about what we're doing. We're playing an automated role-playing game. That's kind of cool. I like that. Has anyone done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination had other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl, and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Wonder if I can, Oh, nice. It's auto-saving. I like that. Wonder if I can fast travel from here. No, it does not appear that way. I think I have to make it out to the waterfront. Can't be inside a building to do that. Let's see if there's something new with this person.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
No, let's just leave. Maybe let's go into the basement. And check the polar bear freezer and see if we can find some remnants of that backup. Since we're here already, right?
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden in...
No, apparently not. Okay. Is there anything else down here? I think we're probably done with this, but... let's have a look. That's where we found that broken gun. Can we potentially open this?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Let's try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. If you want to try again, then you need to have...
Equip the pry bar by going to the tools tab.
Yeah, I know how to equip the pry bar, lady.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
So the pry bar isn't strong enough. We could open it if we got a double 12, but the chances of us getting boxcars is pretty rare. And I would probably end up hurting myself. So let's leave that. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can maybe find the buoy. There was a buoy that we wanted to find with that chick's documents. Oh, there it is. Inspect Claycy's buoy. There's a buoy west of the boardwalk on the coast. Somewhere in the reeds. It has Miss Oranye's fake documents in it. Okay. So west of the boardwalk. Okay, so I'm guessing... Okay, let's go have a look. We'll just walk up and down the entire coast and see if we can find it. Because I wouldn't say this is a boardwalk. Nor is this. That's a dock, not a boardwalk. But let's have a gander anyway. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce, says the note on the post. Oh. Let's have a look at that map again. I wonder if it'll show us where we are. What are all those chairs there? So right beside box of sunglasses, it looks like some tables. Where's the lock? Where's the lock to get across? I feel like it's... Huh.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Let's try to find some awesome sunglasses. Ah, I see. A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says, Sub-Insulindic Rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. Let's try them on.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. All right, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater.
Wow, officer! You look so cool!
The street vendor has picked up his pace again as you observe the world through deep-sea tinted lenses.
And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
Kim, what about these?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
This one gives electrochemistry, -1 perception, but +1 inland empire. Well, sounds like these ones are a lot better. These amphibian sports visor. I just don't want to spend $6 on some glasses or... Yeah. Let's just leave for now. Okay, where the hell is this boardwalk? Hey, something's over there. Oh, dude. How did we miss this last time?
A banged-up motor carriage lies half-submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where all the tracks were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Well, let's investigate. The lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
What is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well, well, well. Looks like Jacob Irv's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, yes. Crazy recklessness.
Yes, yes. Crazy recklessness. I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
I'm gonna run my hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
When does low tide come?
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Cool. Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede? Oh, so we're just gonna pass time?
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Let's whistle a tune.
The tune on your lips forms a strange, yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness.
I wonder if we're going to get healed for that. At least our morale.
The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and the sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I kind of like the last one. Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches?
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to... Well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some rites of passage rituals. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Do you think I will ever find my gun?
God, I hope so.
I don't think I'm ever gonna find my gun. The world is so big and my gun is so small.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the marquee now?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupri, Model 40.
His eyes turn to me.
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people.
I'm gonna squint my eyes and say, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
It's the, whatever, the District 41 for the police, the RCM.
Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Yeah, Precinct 41. I hate guessing district something, a precinct, something municipal. Rub my temples. You're getting a horrible headache.
A precinct, yes. A police precinct. Precinct 41. Your precinct.
Is that my vehicle? I've got a bad feeling about this.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over.
Yep.
No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
No, no.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
No, I mean seriously, it's just a coincidence.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
Oh my god, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea?
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Damn.
Probably. Try definitely.
How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
So it's just gonna be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
The badge, the gun, and now this?
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Sorry, I'm hearing a cat doing something bad in the kitchen. What are you doing? I think she was just scratching the rug, which is fine. I thought she was doing something worse. Things were going so well. We were just whistling merrily.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
That's very true, Kim.
At least we have a pretty good suspect. If we found your motor carriage in the sea, maybe we'll find her too.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
So I'm the traffic hooligan. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. Okay, we'll check that out later. Sweet. I can paint. Yes. I think I found my jacket. That's awesome. And my badge. So now I can go and talk to Joyce. A bottle drained of all its booze is frozen to the ice. That's it? Okay, hold on.
Yes?
No, I don't want to talk to you. I'm trying to highlight the stupid dot. There we go. The ice just off the coast crackles, shifting.
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold up. Do you mean scene of the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene.
Yeah, sure. Sure does look like a lot of folks partied here.
Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Hey Kim, looks like we've had a couple of partygoers here.
Looks like it.
Was this party against the law on the ice like this? It was probably a public danger.
Not as such, no. Let's keep moving, detective.
All right. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. It's probably me. We're probably going to find some of my stuff. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. Oh, that's that woman's tarred boat. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. Allez vous sen. I don't know what that means. Found some pants. Okay, there's that lady. The kids are gone.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
Damn. A dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
That's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Can't get around.
Hey, Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a two-piece lycra tracksuit. I don't think that's lycra. I think lycra is spelled different. Lycra tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Let's shake his hand.
So what's happening?
He picks up his beer. Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Interesting.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang.
I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image, a long time ago. Those days are over now.
He looks at his poop-stained lycra jacket with a grim expression.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please don't go. Don't go.
The hell is he talking about?
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
Nothing wrong with that.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it. I'm guessing it's a drink.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
I do not. Hey, Mr. Din, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here.
No, you sure don't.
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
He takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Crazy.
It is. Does that sound like something you'd do? Yeah, probably. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Wait, this doesn't sound like me at all.
Well, the word on the street may be a rumor, but what happened next is the truth. I was there to witness it, along with these bums here.
Lies, lies, lies. He only speaks lies.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed.
A little bit, Cam. I can see that. The narrator, that is.
Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things."
Say nothing. It's more dignified that way.
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
What else was there to do? Thank you, brothers, for your helping hand.
We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Oh, God.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
I wish Kim wasn't around here to hear it.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the Precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
Sweet.
No thanks to the squares at the Precinct, as you put it.
Did I tell you anything specific about this person that effed me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail!
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks. Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers, whose main interest was cramping your style.
Got a trophy for that. I'm not too sure exactly what I did, but I got a trophy for it.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes. Want to tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
Maybe.
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar. You might get scammed here.
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
What do we give him? Commodore Red or Pilsner? I'd rather have the beer. Let's give him the wine. I've got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck. That's not how you do it.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bums interjects.
Don't call Abigail!
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high-concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
That's right. Getting a good run-in is important to maintaining your physical and mental health. Speaking of, when's the last time you did your laps, pork chop?
Wait, how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
I could probably use a good run myself.
It helped, truly. With my trusty Sansariq Lycra tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
He says, thoughtfully brushing dust off his poop-stained pants.
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound.
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
Go on.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
Damn. You gotta be pooping me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
He pauses meaningfully.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Sounds a little bit far-fetched. I'm either going with I literally can't believe it, or I feel like there's some steps missing. I'm going to say wait, is that it? I feel like there are some steps missing.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
He shakes his head. I literally can't believe it.
Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. I wasn't a high-concept creative director anymore. I was just some homeless asshole with a premium Sansarique Lycra tracksuit. You can't imagine what that does to a man's confidence. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
What's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
I already found a filthy jacket near the boardwalk.
Holy shit! Tequila, how did you... Never mind, I don't care. Just let me see the jacket.
Let's give him the jacket.
Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
What do you expect? You left it outside for a week.
I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards.
You like the story, you just don't care for the name Tequila Sunset? Yeah, it's not a great nickname.
Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to burn it in.
We could probably go wash it in the hotel, like the same place where we washed our boots.
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
I don't want any more stories. We might come back.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
I bet you there's some empty bottles I can gather up around here. grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Booze?
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who is Abigail?
Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
I'm not going to lean in closer.
He waves his hand as if shooing you away, all the while murmuring something indecipherable.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave this dude alone.
Don't call Abigail.
Alright, drunkard number 3.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
He spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace me. What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Damn, spirits? 300 bucks? Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Alright, let's nod and let him speak.
You know, it's funny, actually.
He bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his Pilsner and stares at me intently.
Difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
Keep him talking.
What do you mean, what? What do you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
He says and shakes his index finger at you. Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before me.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
That's a good tip. I should remember it.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
What? They removed his kidney? Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead fingers.
He gets an excited gleam in his eyes. So, that bottle is formaldehyde?
Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
Yeah, it's formaldehyde.
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
I thought you said 300 real.
Don't say it.
Can I smell it first?
Yeah, be careful. It's extremely flammable. One spark and the entire city of Revachol is wiped off the map.
Sure.
Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside your nose, then drenched it in tear gas. Your nose is a singular source of pain. But at the same time, you don't remember the last time you felt so alive. In all fairness, that might be attributed to the retrograde amnesia.
So, what's the deal, friend? Want the spirits or not?
I think it will prove useful, yes.
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
Let's take it.
Well done. You got it. That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Here's the money for the spirits.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
If you drink this, then you'll die. That's a fact. And that's why we're going to save you from yourself and store this as a sellable item. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit.
Nice. I'm off.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Alright. That was successful. Ooh, what's this? Bottle. Something in here too. Do we have a crowbar equipped? We don't have the crowbar equipped. We want to equip the crowbar. Oh, it's 10 p.m. I kind of feel like I should probably go to bed. The shot couldn't have come from here. Trees blocked the way. What's this? Let's go until about 11 p.m. in-game. And then we'll call it a night and we'll start the day fresh. I don't think there was anything on Wednesday that I needed to do. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we can go talk to Joyce. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything that's time-based. Tiny cages carefully constructed. We get over there. No boat in the boathouse today. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Got some glasses. Some magnesium.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez's sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Alright, let's see if we can increase our visual calculus. There we go, there's +1 visual calculus. Kingdom of Conscience? What is Kingdom of Conscience? There's +1 visual calculus as well. I don't know what Kingdom of Conscience is. Moralist pants. Interesting. Alright, well, let's back out and try this out.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular, normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Estellari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure.
Interesting.
You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be.
Nicely done, Merritt. What's over here? Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench covered in rust.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Why this many bullet holes?
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall.
Damn.
There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet, no sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles prime. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Look at the person standing on the side.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Look at the people against the wall.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background.
Look at the line of soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? Men of duty, dark duty.
Who were they?
Martyrs of the nation, the Ardent Knights, the few who had the guts to do this.
Kim. Who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
No, most likely it was the communists doing the killing. Because that's what usually happens.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
The lieutenant nods.
Or maybe...
You mentioned coalition forces. Could it have been them against the wall?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
All right.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
The sign says Entrée interdite. I don't know what that means. Fallen Pippo? What the hell is Fallen Pippo?
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
Let's study the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Name. Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Wait, what kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Harrier Dubois it is, then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Date of issue, 7th of November, 50.
4 months ago. Seems like a new document was recently made. One is handed to you as part of a promotion, or if you lose the old one.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Precinct 41.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him, ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
let's look at the rank. Lieutenant 2 JFR.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
W. Freighter? I don't know what W. Freighter means. What is a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
What's decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kinks?
Kings like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
So you've been putting up with me because we're of the same rank?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work.
Thank you, Kim. That's very nice.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
Let's turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
All right, let's look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
All right, let's look at the serial. Rev 126205, Jam 41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
Okay. Let's put the badge away. Folded library card. Let's have a look at this.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member.
Let's look on the back side.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Cool.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Méjean.
Let's look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
All right, let's put it away. Where was that thing that we picked up? Oh. Fallen Peepo. I don't even know what that is. The small wireframing inside this futuristic-looking Fallen Peepo hat. Oh, it's a hat. Gives me 2 logic and -1 perception. Let's put it on. It's probably going to look weird. Interesting. Alright, well, you know what? We've got it worn, so let's just wear it. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside?
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Can I try to get in, though?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points.
Kim, you think she's in there?
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Nothing more to do here. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. The hell did we get across here? An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. Can you go down the steps? Thank you. There's a bunch of people over here. Could this be the buoy Classy told me about? Probably is.
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash. But if you look closer...
That, over there, must be the boy Class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies.
Let's pick up the buoy.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Shake the buoy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Why would I sniff it? I'm not going to sniff it. Let's just open it.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well done.
No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
The lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the buoy anyway. Or... no, not everything's ruined. We know what was in the buoy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Maybe Classy took them herself?
That may very well be the case. We should keep an eye on her. Nothing more for us to do here. Let's go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
We're lucky it's still here. A little longer and it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
Let the empty buoy be. The heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes crumbling. Lots of people out there miss the good old days. Okay. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. Alright, so we got a couple people here we can talk to. Oh, hold on. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near the ocean. Okay, we got a couple people here we can talk to. It's getting late. It's after 11 p.m. We can come and talk to them tomorrow. Let's make our way to our cabin that lady's letting us stay in. A little bit lost. Oh no, we're over here. We gotta go back this way. Oh, what's that? Can I get there? Looking back at you from the rust-colored water. Me. Okay. Fair enough. There we go. Alright, well, I'm gonna go stay in my room. And we'll continue this, I guess, on Thursday. Next time. I'm going to do a little bit of a shorter episode tonight, just because I still have to do my Lonely Mountains downhill daily ride, so I'll probably be back in about 5 minutes or so with Lonely Mountains downhill, but yeah, we made some progress. Once again, it feels like little baby steps. Finding the vehicle was pretty big. That kind of gave us some more information. We've definitely got a few things we can do tomorrow, so, well, tomorrow in the game. We'll continue this, as I said, on Thursday. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and, yeah, we'll see what kind of dreams we have at night, because that always seems to happen. Take care, everybody, and we'll be seeing you around. Bye-bye. Thanks for the GG, Michael McSaucy.